Right guys, it's one of those sort of throw together dishes tonight that I've done before. I basically call it, it's a meatball lasagne, like one pot bake sort of thing. It's a cheats version though. We don't use lasagna sheets. So, first of all, just to cut the time down, I've already pre-cooked the meatballs. I will pop a recipe up for meatballs. I've just used pork mince. You can buy the ones that are ready made and just roast them off. I'll put the recipe up for these. I've just done that to cut down the time really. So, we've got the meatballs cooked there. So the next job is the pasta. We're not going to use pasta sheets. We're going to use ravioli. So, I've just got this one from Lidl. This one's a mushroom one. Basically, this was the cheapest out of the ones. So, pan of boiling water. Just going to add a touch of salt to that. Make sure it's coming to a rolling boil. What I mean is the bubbles are going and they're rolling over the sides, yeah? So, rolling boil. Ravioli in. The key with the raviolis is once you put them in, drop the temperature. You want to go simmer. If you boil the raviolis, you're going to kill them. So the harshness of the boiling water is going to start, they're going to start opening up and breaking down. So just simmering, about 3 minutes, that's it for that ravioli. Right, so we need to make the sort of lasagna sauce. Real easy. Right, so what we've got here is we've got one onion. We're just going to dice this off. Just get this lit up. Right, so it's all done in one pan, yeah? So we haven't got loads of different pans to worry about, just one pan. So dice it as comfortable as you want. Slow, do it nice and slow if you want. Do it chunkier if you want. That's fine. I showed you before with the knife skills. Hold your fingers like that, and then you know where your fingers are. They're out of the way. They're curved under, you see? And we're following that top bit. So your fingers are completely out of the way. And that's why I know exactly where my fingers are when I'm going down like that. Right. So, 2 cloves of garlic, just peeled. I'm just going to roughly chop it. I don't mind, that garlic in there. So, just nice, roughly chopped. You can use the paste if you want. I use that quite a lot, the lazy garlic. Just simply because it's there and it's available, it's in the fridge. If you're not going to use it very often, then it's perfect for this. Right, so onions, garlic into the pan. We're going to do what's called sweating these down. So basically, sweating them down is just cook without colour, yeah? So you don't want to brown them, you want to cook them without colour, so they're translucent. Touch of oil in there, or fry light if you're using that. You can do the meatballs with sort of 5% or turkey if you're doing that. That's absolutely fine. The sauce is pretty sort of low in fat, which is using a passata. Right, so I'm on the onion game again now. My eyes are starting again. Please don't cry. Right, so the ravioli, for me, that's done. So that was 3 minutes in the simmering water, yeah? We'll just strain that off, set that to one side. So that was literally 3 minutes, not boiling water, simmering water. We don't want to kill it, just want to cook it pretty gently. Right, these onions, because they're quite fine, they're almost done. Quite an exciting phone call this evening. So Radio York have contacted us about doing a little phone interview tomorrow night. So exciting stuff. I sent a little video in for they do like an upload section. So they're going to use one of my little uploads and do a little live sort of phone interview. So very exciting. Right, so next I'm just using passata. This one's with peppers and chilies, simply because I've nicked it from my mum and dad's because she bought it by mistake and she doesn't like chilli. So that's the only reason. When I use a normal passata, use a normal passata, yeah? If you don't mind it a bit chunkier, use normal tomatoes. I'm just rinsing that out with a little bit of water. That's done. Right, so, like I always do, I'm going to put a stock pot in there. Just using an all one, use whatever brand you want. Morrison's, Oxo, whatever, Sainsbury's, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just for a little bit of background seasoning on there, yeah? I'm using chicken because I'm using the pork, so they're all the white meats. You can use vegetables if you want. So, if you notice I don't make it into a stock, never ever do I do it in any of my dishes. Because if you're boiling it anyway, it just disperses through with it being like a gel. Right, so, next job, one of my favourites, as we've done it right the way along, bit of spinach. I just use the leaf frozen spinach. You can use fresh, you can leave it out if you want. So we're just going to add, that'll just add a nice little bit of colour, plus you've got a little bit of your iron in there, yeah? So a little bit of spinach. So it's one of those throw together ones, it's not really a classic recipe or anything, it's just something that's sort of come along the way. Right, so next in, ravioli. Just put that through, mix that through the sauce. You notice I didn't refresh it, no need. So this is going to act as our sort of cheat lasagna sheets, yeah? So, next the meatballs. Like I said, I'll put the recipe up for these. These were pork ones. You'll be able to use turkey or low-fat mince or whatever. We'll put a bit of the juice in there as well. Dead easy. Really, really easy, those meatballs. Basically, I just used the mince, paprika, onion powder, salt and pepper. That was it. So really, really quick, really, really easy. This is a dish that's designed to sort of throw together, you know, when you can't really be bothered to make a lot. And it's one pot, there's not a lot of washing up, is there? So next, for the top. Right, so mozzarella, the soft ball mozzarella, yeah? Just drop that down. Just going to slice it up. Yeah, just like that. Slice it, slice it, slice it down. Lay that on top. Yeah. So I think this one is one of the lower fats as well. So it's, if you use like the 5% mince or whatever, or turkey mince, it ain't going to be horrendous on calories, this. It's just going to be the garlic bread that I've got to go with it that's going to be the problem. So, right. So no, I've got no white sauce if you notice. Just using that straight under the grill. Hot grill, one pan, yeah? That's what we like. That's what Stacey likes. The less washing up, the better. Right, so earlier on I posted up the bread, so that's come out. Don't be afraid to make your own bread. Right, this, try and swizzle you around. Right, this one, packet mix, yeah? That Wrightson's from Morrison's focaccia packet mix. So don't be afraid to make it, don't be afraid to use packets. It's not cheating. It's not cheating, we're not like amazing bakers. We just, look at this. You get nice and airy like that inside, beautiful. That'll be perfect for dunking. So yeah, just get the packet mix, follow the recipe on it. The only difference I do is I slow proof it, which means I'll proof it once I've mixed the water in, I'll proof it with a tea towel over, like you saw on the pictures. Then I'll knock it back, which means stretching it out, and then I'll roll it into the balls, put it in whatever tray you want, and then I'll proof that again for another like 2 hours or whatever. The slower the better. Let the yeast grow. That's what it's all. The yeast is like a living organism. So it needs to chance to grow and ferment, and that's when you're going to get those big air pockets in it. And really, really light. Looking for my tea towel, it's stuffed in my back pocket. Chefy tip there. Right, so get this grill working. So we just want to sort of get that mozzarella so it's bubbling down, and that's going to create an almost effect of the white sauce, yeah? But it's a real quick, easy dish, this. You can even do like the meatballs the night before, just cook them off. If you want to really, really cheat, which I wouldn't really want to do, but you could use like, do you know the Swedish meatballs? You could use them. I think you can get them frozen and that, but they're not great. But you know, for a quick, if you want to make it even quicker, this mozzarella is just, it's either the mozzarella or the grill. I've cranked it right up there. Yeah, so Radio York tomorrow, I believe it's in the evening. So I think he said about sort of 7, 7:15. So that's good. That's a start, right direction. So hopefully the plan is we can get everyone cooking in the kitchen, you know, roll it all out. Even people that have sort of lost a bit of sort of the way along the way, get them cooking. Even people like, I think it just helps with people's mental health and stuff, you know. Gives you a focus, doesn't it? Gives you something to look forward to, even if it's baking. Making fairy buns, it doesn't really matter. Anything. Just get in the kitchen, get cooking, get enjoying it again. Even down to like writing your menus and writing your shopping lists and stuff like that. You know, just gives everyone a sort of focus there. Right, this is about ready now. I can't take it any further because my back's hurting. Right, so bit of parmesan for the top. Yeah, that'll be good, that. That'll be alright. I'd stick a few fresh herbs if I had them on top, but get loads of parmesan on there. But for me, this dish, because it's like a one pot, it's really, really good. I call it lasagna. It's not a lasagna, I know, but it's a cheat, isn't it? We've got pasta, we've got mince, and we've got sauce, we've got cheese. So it's almost there, just deconstructed. Right, let's swizzle you around again, if we can. Look at that, one pot, meatball, lasagna-ish. That looks quite good though, that. So, hang on. So, look at that. You can take it a bit further if you want. You could put the white sauce on if you want as well and get that really coloured up. But for me, I think that's alright. And to be honest, calories won't be horrendous on there. That mozzarella is one of the lowest cheeses, I think. If you use your 5%, you've got the passata. I think that's pretty good. Good grinding of black pepper on there. Good to go. Right, guys, thanks for watching again. I'll be on again tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing yet. We had a meal planned somewhere. It'll be something good. All right, cheers for watching, guys. Take care.